Hey, good afternoon, everybody. So it was dance recital week, and in the Workman household, there's been a pretty chaotic last few weeks in our dance studio. There's been teachers that have left and students that have transferred out to go to other studios, routines that had to be reshuffled right before the event itself. Real chaos behind the scenes. On Friday and Saturday, when the event was happening, you wouldn't have known it. Sitting in the audience, the show went on, and my littlest one, she'll be 4 here in a few months. It was her her first real big recital, and she walked out there and did her thing like a complete professional. And there was really no way of telling anything was wrong. But here's the thing: I mean, we've got our nationals here in a few weeks, and the cast isn't where it was when the season started. That's a good metaphor for where the resin market is right now. The month of May settled. Polypropylene did come down on feedstock movement, polyethylene flat. Nylon grades were stable. From the outside, if you're just reading those headline settlement numbers, it looks like a pretty clean performance, but there are some significant things happening behind the curtains that buyers need to understand before they make their commitments to June pricing. Let's start with the headline act in polypropylene because it's certainly the most active story right now. Total is back online in LaPorte, Texas. A production line that triggered their May force majeure announcement is running again. That's the good news. With that said, it's important. Total is still under force majeure, which signifies that they haven't lifted it yet. They're rebuilding inventory before they resume full normal customer commitments without any allocations. And at the same time, we're expecting another turnaround from Phillips 66 here in June. So we have one supplier coming back while another one goes offline. And that's a big reason why we're seeing producers pushing 3 cents a pound for June. PGP spot market did jump back up above 40 cents late in the week last week. It's a supply story, not a feedstock story. And supply stories can resolve themselves quickly, or they can stick around. You need to know which grade you buy, which supplier, which region you're exposed to before you decide how to respond to those signals. Now in the nylon family, BASF has put a 10-cent a pound increase on the table for nylon 6,6. It's a pretty big ask in a market where the demand fundamentals are mixed. The feedstock picture is genuinely complicated. Benzene is up, settling 20 cents higher than prior month, but butadiene is down, and it's down significantly. It's 8.25 cents lower. So the cost structure is moving in opposite directions at the same time. Here's what I'd focus on instead of the monthly nomination number. Celanese is closing its Singapore nylon 6,6 polymerization. Wow, words today. Polymerization unit. And that'll happen after the month of July. They're also reducing operating rates at certain North American facilities. It's a supply rationalization period, right? It's not a crisis, but it does mean that capacity cushion in the nylon 6,6 market is about to get a little thinner. It's certainly going to happen through the balance of the year and in the next. If you're a significant nylon buyer, the conversation to have right now isn't just about that June number. It's about your supply coverage for the second half of the year as well as in the next. Quick note on polystyrene. Trinseo announced a prepackaged Chapter 11 restructuring process last week. About $2 billion in debt targeted there. They are saying that operations are going to be uninterrupted with creditors being unimpaired and supply continues to be, abundant in the polystyrene market. That may be exactly what happens, but when a major producer in any resin family is going through that type of process, it's something you need to document in your supply. Can't assume that it's just going to stay continuous. You have to make a note and revisit it when you're looking at the second half of the year plans for your polystyrene purchases. Polyethylene, as I mentioned, did settle flat for the month, and that flat settlement looks a lot different once you see what happened underneath the curtain with the April inventory data. The preliminary numbers did show a decline or a draw of about 24 million pounds. The final number was certainly the other way. It's not something many expected. A build over 150 million pounds. And that's a pretty big swing in one revision. The market was positioned and certainly was so psychologically around a tighter supply story. The real data came out and showed significantly more product available than anyone had thought. Producers are asking for 10 cents in June. That inventory revision number is going to make that a hard argument to stand behind. So here's what I keep coming back to from yesterday. The show went on. The kids were all great. My 3-year-old was unbothered by any of the drama in the background. And honestly, that's the default buyer position right now. Just executing the routine, assuming the market around them is stable or stabilizing. The nationals are ahead, the cast is thinner, and the producers in this market are counting on buyers that aren't paying attention too closely at what's happening behind the scenes. It's important that in times like these, you look backstage. And if you want help understanding what both supply disruptions in PP and in nylon 6,6 mean for your grades and your suppliers, that's exactly what we do. Reach out to us today. Again, I'm Michael Workman, and this has been Resin Market Moves. Have a great week, everybody. Take care.